Hi everybody, it's Andrew Hutchings with another video today. Still not a doctor, it hasn't changed since this morning, and I'm not giving medical advice. If it seems like I am, I'm just giving educational advice or consolidating medical information, putting it all in one place along with my opinion. This video is about how someone who is on testosterone can pass off as being all natural. So most people would think that if you pass a drug test that you should be drug free, but that's not how drug tests work. They don't magically measure whether you took drugs or not. They only measure specific things to compare to certain baseline values. So with a testosterone test, it's comparing, well, some of them don't even do this, but typically if you're at like a bodybuilding competition, they will compare your testosterone levels to your EpiTestosterone levels. Old standard was like a 6-to-1 ratio of 6 times the EpiTestosterone to testosterone. Newer ratios are 4-to-1, I believe, but typically, naturally, you have around a 1-to-1 ratio. And here's why you can get away with taking testosterone, even if you're being tested. So your EpiTestosterone, which can be 4 times higher than your testosterone, half of it is created from your testosterone. And remember, when you take exogenous hormones, like if you take exogenous testosterone, your natural production will fall in half. Now your EpiTestosterone is made from your natural testosterone. So if you take exogenous testosterone, shutting down your natural production, you shut down half of your EpiTestosterone. So say you took a true replacement dose that was equivalent to your natural production. That means you would now have a 2-to-1 ratio of 2 EpiTestosterone to 1 testosterone, because you still have half of the EpiTestosterone that was not made from your natural testosterone, but the half that was from your natural testosterone is no longer there. So we're at a 2-to-1 ratio right now at an actual replacement dose. We can get up to a 4-to-1, typically. That means that you can take around twice as much testosterone as you naturally produce and fall within that 4-to-1 ratio criteria for passing the test. You could do that all year round. Probably to be safe, it'd be good to keep it a little below that ratio. So perhaps you only raise your testosterone by 50% year round, or 75% year round. That's still a considerable advantage. And the more years that go by, the bigger that advantage is, because it adds up. If you're doing even 1% better in the gym every single day for 5 years, that's a big advantage. So I'm not saying anybody's doing this, but typically if something can be done, it is being done. I'm sure there are other ways you could get around the test. And there are ways that you could counteract this way of getting around the test, but it would be very expensive. You would have to test the isotopes of the atoms in the testosterone molecule, which most bodybuilding competitions and sports things aren't going to do. Perhaps the Olympics would do this. I don't know if they do. I assume they have a lot of money so they could do it, but a small competition especially is not going to test the isotopes. And even if they did test the isotopes, you could further get around that by taking testosterone that's from a natural source. But then you'd have to pay a lot more money or have your own animals to raise to extract it from. Either way, it's a lot more work than taking synthetically produced testosterone. So unless you have a potential to make a lot of money, you're probably not going to be taking animal-derived testosterone, because that's a lot of animals to go through. You have to extract it out of the testicles. I don't know if it can be done with them alive, so that's a lot of animals that you have to sacrifice. Or I guess you could do it with animals that you're going to eat anyways, so you could find someone that raises cows or goats or something, and you make a deal with them, you get all the testicles and they sell the rest of the meat and you extract the testosterone out of it. Yeah, that would be a lot of work. But moral of the story, or not story, just bottom line is, drug tests do not magically tell you if a person is taking drugs. They only measure specific things and compare those things to specific other things. So typically a drug test would compare whether or not certain metabolites are present in your urine, for example, and then what it'd be comparing that to is nothing being there. Perhaps that doesn't sound like a comparison to you, but it still is. The normal is nothing, and what would be a positive result would be if something was there. But with testosterone, because you naturally produce it, you can't simply test whether or not someone has testosterone in their body. That's why you have to compare it to the EpiTestosterone. But once again, if you take exogenous testosterone, you still have half of the EpiTestosterone. So you could take almost twice as much testosterone as you naturally produce and still fall within the 4-to-1 ratio of EpiTestosterone to testosterone. You could do that year-round, even if you're being randomly tested. Hope you like this video. Check out my other videos. Hit like and subscribe. Comment. Type whatever you want. Have your cat walk on the keyboard. Whatever you want. But make sure you hit enter or comment button or whatever. Check out my Instagram, natural_true_fitness. And my website, andrewhutchings.org, which may or may not be up when you go to search for it. You can hire me for training advice, diet advice, supplement advice, explanation of supplement ingredients. Cannot hire me for medical advice, even though I'd like to give it to you and I know you'd like to get it. But I can't do that, but I can give you a medical education or consolidate the medical information and give it to you along with my opinion. But I can't give you medical advice. My book on tendinitis, it will be coming out any day as soon as I get the stuff uploaded to the website, and it's all going to come out correctly. And yeah, once again, like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell icon, check out the other videos, and good luck.